Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Sure is Good. Today we are here with a live, and we are going to do it on iced tea, and we're going to add some natural flavors to it and make it delicious.
And so the way we're adding natural flavors is not by using sugar. We're gonna let fruit be the sugar that makes it sweet. Most of the time, I don't drink my tea with anything, my herbal teas with anything. I'll just drink it plain, just as the natural herbal tea flavor. I don't usually add any type of sweetener anyway. But we thought it'd be nice to make it more of an infusion type thing with some fruit.
Using fresh and frozen fruits. So here we are. We're going to go back to using our um, juicer. There we go. And today I'm going to use the mixed berry blend. And I'm using the mixed berry blend. That's why I'm using the juicer. So the juicer is going to take out the seeds and all of this the skins and peels and everything like that. This type of stuff that you don't want in like a tea. You don't want to have like little bits and pieces and things that you're chewing on in your tea. A tea should be something that you drink that's really smooth. So that's why we're using a juicer instead of a blender. So another thing I'm going to use is this is very specific. It doesn't matter the brand, but this is an iced tea. And I want you to see the difference between an iced tea bag and a regular, I do decaffeinated tea, and a regular tea bag. This is the size in the package. So, the tea bag really is pretty much the size of the package. This is a regular tea bag, whereas this is the size of an iced tea bag. It's a lot bigger. So you don't have to, you can make iced tea using regular tea bags, but whereas you would use maybe 5, 6, 7 tea bags to make like a pitcher of iced tea, you're gonna use maybe one or two iced tea bags to make iced tea, about a jug or so of iced tea. Now I actually have about 3 bottles of water, 3 to 4 bottles of water um, on in the back. So it's just starting to get warm. It's not at the boiling point. So at this point, as long as it's not cold, I'm going to add just 2 bags of iced tea bags. And I'm going to drop the whole thing in there because um, you don't want to pull the bag off of the tea bag itself because it'll let the tea leaves out, and then you don't want to pull the tag off because you use the tag to help pull it out. Some people when I was younger, when I was growing up, they would stick the tag over the side. But then when I saw the tag catch on fire one day and the string burning, I said maybe that's not such a good idea. So we don't do that anymore. We're going to stick the whole tea bag, including the tag, inside of the water while the water is just starting to really heat up to get those little fine bubbles around the side. We're sticking it in there while it's doing that. And then when it starts to boil, the water and the bubbles, the movement is going to go into the tea bags and really make it steep, right? Make that tea really heat up and the flavors really come out of those tea bags. And in the meantime, while that's going on, I am going to start with my mixed berries, right? So this is a mixed berry, and this is a very healthy blend of fruit. This is a very healthy fruit blend, and it contains blueberries, blackberries, and raspberries. Okay, so if you use a blend like this is perfect for a tea. Um, you wanna you wanna put this in a food, not a food processor, not a blender. You wanna put it into a juicer because the juicer is going to separate any pulp, any seeds, skins, anything that is other than juice from anything that's other than juice. It's gonna split it out, kick it off to one side. Um, so you'll have just pure juice on one side, and on the other side, you'll have all those other things that you don't really want to have in something that's supposed to be like a straight, smooth drink. So I'm actually just gonna add, um, I'm gonna put in enough of this just to halfway fill up my tank, because we're doing this for flavor, we're not juice, right? We're gonna get the juice out of it. We only need enough juice to give the tea a nice flavor. We don't want it to taste like flavored water. We want it to taste a little bit more like a juice, but a little bit have a bit of that tea flavor also. The best tea actually to use with fruit is a green tea. But we're not using green tea right now. We're just using regular tea. This is also a way to that you get your kids to drink tea, or it's great for like um, occasions where you're having parties and stuff like that, and people are, you know, you got a lot of people that's going to be drinking this tea. Okay, so we're going to put this in, and we're going to turn this on. My little wand here, turn this on to on. Let these berries, oh, look at that. Man, here. So all the pulp is coming through. Okay, so this is frozen fruit, so it's kind of thick, and that's why it's not like squirting out like it was before. So all right. There's actually two things we could do with this. This frozen, if it doesn't come out as a juice and it all comes out as a pulp, what we could do is take this pulp and and put it in a strainer and put the strainer into the water. Or we could even just pour the strainer over a cup or whatever we're gonna put into this, pour the water over it, and it will pull the juice out of. This is like the icing. You can use this to make icing. It smells good. All right. Okay, so since this was all frozen, we got, this is what we have here. Again, this is a cupful, and this is fine. So now we can use this, even though it has the seeds. Since we have this, we got to go to step number 2, and we're going to put this stuff into a strainer, and then we can put it, we can actually put it over this cup, the strainer over the cup with this in it, and we can pour water into it, and that will give us the juice that we're looking for. It'll hold back the seeds and all the extra pulp and whatever, and it will give us a juice. So let's get our strainer, and the water is boiling over here. All right. Look at our strainer here. I'm going to scoop some out. So, since this is frozen, this is also going to help cool down the tea, right? Because we're making iced tea. Oh, look at this. This is like an ice cream. So, right, I'm going to put this to the side. And I am going to take this off. I'm going to start to slowly pour the tea into the, slowly pour the tea over the fruit. Oh, making a mess. This is melting nicely. Wow. It's melted. It's melting. I'm going to stir it up a little bit so it flows through. Bring it over here. Let's see how it's melting away. So only the seeds, while I'm pouring this out, like it's separating the juice from the seeds. Okay. So I'm going to actually pour this, like you can see, it's tea. See, it's tea. Very juicy tea, right? It's got like a lot of juice in this. So if I wanted to make this, like for someone, yeah, I have a little jug here. I was gonna fill this up. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to take this right here. I'm going to my juicy tea, and I have like a little strainer here, and I'm just gonna pour this in here. And this is where all the flavor for my tea is going to be, because that's a lot of flavor in there, right? So this fruit is going to go a long way. Now I'm just going to pour the rest of the tea in here. I'll pour the rest of the tea in there because that's enough for it to be a very fruit flavored tea. I'm actually gonna pour it in this cup first because it's more narrow. Pour it in here, and then it'll be easier for me to pour it into the other one without spilling it and making a mess all over the place. All right. There. Now I can pour this in here so I don't make a mess. I'm making a mess anyway. Okay. And more tea. So those two tea bags made that tea pretty strong. So with this, between the flavor from the fruit, I'm gonna put a little more fruit flavor in there, just so it's very fruity, flavorful. So with this is gonna have a pretty strong taste. So we're gonna just add water. Once I add the rest of this tea and the rest of this fruit flavor, I am going to just add water to finish it off. Okay. There's more water in there. Tea. Could you get me a couple bottles of water? This is hot. Okay. We're almost there. Gonna add this. More flavor here. And I'm gonna add water. Just add water. One, two. Right, then we put the top on it. I'm gonna shake it up. Okay. Let's look at this tea. Looks fantastic. Wow. Okay, now I'm gonna open it up and give it a taste. Now I didn't fill it up all the way because I might depending on the taste, I might want to add a little something more. You don't wanna you wanna leave a little bit of space in case you have to make an adjustment to the taste. So I left that. Let's give this a try. See where we're going with this. I can definitely taste the tea. I can't taste the fruit as much, so we can definitely add more fruit. And to add to the sweetness of the fruit and bring the fruit flavor out, I'm going to add some honey. Now, honey is something that I add. I always add whether I make a tea, whether I make a smoothie. The only time I don't add honey is if I'm making a straight juice. But anything else, I do add honey. So I'm just going to add some honey to this. Again, we're adding honey because we're not using any sugar, no artificial flavorings, no sugar, no artificial, no sugars, no sugar substitutes. Use fresh raw honey. And since this is a warm or hot drink, before you cool it down, the honey's going to mix into this really well. Okay. Okay, we just shake it up really good. Let's give it a try. See if we need more honey, we need more fruit. Let's see what it's looking like. It's definitely an improvement. Not very fruity, but so we'll add that extra fruit flavor. So I'm going to add that fruit flavor by what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna empty this out because this is now like clogging all the holes because all the seeds are on the bottom. Get that out, rinse the seeds off. You just turn it upside down, rinse it out from the bottom. It'll shoot all the seeds off of it. So I'm gonna here's the fruit in there. And I'm gonna pour straight from here into there. Okay. As much of this fruit flavor out as we can. Yes. Separate that as much as possible, and then we're gonna all right, now here's some more fruit. We'll pour it back into here with our funnel. All that fruit in there. See how it's coming up higher? That's exactly why we didn't fill it up to the top. And we're gonna add some more honey. We're gonna have the honey bears. This one is actually new, so I'm gonna take this off first. So generally speaking, for this size, you're gonna need like a cup of honey. So,
Did you taste it before you put more honey in it?
what?
Did you taste it before you put more honey in it?
Yeah, I did taste it. It needed more honey.
Oh.
Absolutely did taste that. All right, here we go. Let's see what's happening here. And again, you have to taste it and season it according to your palate. However, it tastes to you. If it doesn't taste like it has enough sweetness, add honey. If it doesn't, if it tastes like, if you can taste the honey, but you can't taste the fruit, add the fruit. And once this has a good amount of flavor, it doesn't have to be like really strong. But once you can taste the honey and you can taste the fruit, then it's ready, and you can put it in the refrigerator, because when it cools down, the flavors are gonna kick up a little bit more, and you're gonna have like a really great, robust, flavorful iced tea, cool tea, or iced tea, however you wanna call it. All right, take this out here. Give that a try. Okay. Now that's perfect. That's perfect. I taste the berries. It's got a little bit more sweetness, and just a little, it's got the hint of the tea. That's what you go for. So give it a try, and Robbie's going to show you next how she does her iced tea.
And she made a bit of a mess here, so she's gonna clean that up and then I can show you what I do. In the meantime, move this back a little bit. While she's cleaning that up, I'll show you so far. So I have this jar with this has mixed fruits in it. You can see it. So this juice came from me basically I took frozen fruit, I put it in a glass bowl that I usually comes with a lid, and I let the fruit thaw out for a few hours, and then what it did when the fruit thawed out, it created this juice. And then I have some of the fruit in here because I want she did hers without any fruit, so you can have a smooth liquid drink. I want this one to be not a liquid, just a liquid drink. I want it to have some fruit in it, so it'll be more like a almost like a boba, but without boba. It just has like fruit. It's fruit instead. So this has mango, strawberry, blueberry, cherries, and that's it. Just mango, strawberry, blueberries, and cherries. And so I let that thaw out, and then I'm gonna show you what tea I use. So I use a different tea from her. So this is moringa, chamomile, and lavender. Normally, how I drink my tea, and sorry for the glare of the light, but anyway, how I drink my tea is nothing. I don't even usually put like sweetener or anything in it, no fruit, nothing. I usually just take the tea bag and I will just drink it like that because I just like the flavors the way it is. But this time we're trying to make the tea sweeter because I like know that most people like their teas with sweetener. So what I do to make this a little sweeter is do two things. This is going to be the first time I use the fruit, so we'll try this out together. But I also might use what is it? Maple syrup. I use 100% pure maple syrup, organic maple syrup. So, but this time we're not going to do that. So to make it more of an iced tea, I did have to boil the tea packs first. So I'm going to show you two different ways that I do this. The first way in which I'm making a tea, we're gonna make two different ones. Are you ready? Okay. Yep. Okay. So I'm gonna be back here and show you because we better. So this one, like I said, it has thawed out fruit. So this fruit is room temperature, and the tea bags I used, I already brewed them in some water, and the water's still hot. So I have frozen cherries here. But I don't want any of these to be a hot tea at all. I just want them to simply be a cold tea. I mean, I don't really like cold drinks at all. I usually drink everything, my water and stuff, room temperature, or I'll drink a hot tea. These are frozen. These are just cherries that are frozen that I'm going to put in this jar right here. And these are the dark, sweet, red tart cherries, but you can use any cherries you want. These have no pit inside of them, so there's no seed at all. I'm gonna break them up so I can get them in here. Put as many as you want, because this is gonna be more like even though the tea bag I'm using already has its own flavor, we're gonna add some cherry flavor to it, because it's gonna bring some more sweetness to it. I want more cherries than that. The more fruit, the sweeter it'll be. Okay, so I have this pretty much to the top. So put a little bit of water. Okay. Put this away. So in here, I have 2 bags of the tea. The lavender moringa. What is it? Let me see. lavender, moringa, and chamomile tea. So this tea is very relaxing and nutritious because of the moringa.
And the chamomile.
This is hot. I'm gonna put first, like I said, I don't want it to be a hot tea. I'm gonna put room temperature water in first. And the reason why I put 2 tea bags in here so that it can make it really potent. I want that flavor of the tea bags to be strong. Hopefully, I'm still about halfway. This one's a little bit more. A little bit more than half. Now the hot. This one, actually, I'm just gonna fill this one with room temperature because, like I said, I don't want it to be hot. I want it to be room temperature. This one I can fill with the hot because it has the frozen cherries. The frozen cherries will keep this frozen, which is why I put the room temperature water in first so that this doesn't get hot. It just like kind of melts the cherries a little bit so we get that cherry flavor. The heat will start to diffuse the flavor. And you can see it. I don't know if you can see, like, if I do like this, maybe you can see that the water is already red from the cherries. Okay, so we're gonna do that. I'm just gonna pour this in here. And if I want this one cold, I just put it in the refrigerator. But like I said, I don't like my drinks cold, so I want mine room temperature. So this one without hot water is already done. Add as much water as you want, or as much fruit as you want, depends on how sweet you want it. This one is already cold because of the cherries. And we're going to keep adding this hot water because these cherries are pretty much ice in this jar. Look how red that is. Beautiful. And this just smells like chamomile. All right. I'm not going to put any more hot water just yet. I'm going to let that cool down some more. So we're going to try this one out. I want to get a, let's see, not a knife, but I want to get something to like kind of mash it up and mix it up. I don't want a spoon. I mean, sorry, not a spoon. A straw, because a straw, the fruit is not going to fit through the straw. I'm going to use a spoon. So I want to like stir this aggressively. I want to get that flavor to really get in there. So this is iced tea number 1 or cold tea number 1. This is so nice. It literally tastes like a fruity cold, like a fruity tea. This is good. Like if I could explain this, the flavor of the fruit is not too strong, and I can still taste like the chamomile from this one, even though I only poured like a little bit. I guess because I put the 2 bags, but I poured that little tiny bit in here because I didn't want it hot. But let's just pour a little bit more. I'm gonna get some more room temperature water to like try to like cool it down a bit. So yeah, so that is what it tastes like with mainly just the fruit. But if you want more of the chamomile taste, then you can add more of that. Mix it around some more. That's really good. Wow, if you guys could taste that, like the lavender and chamomile with this fruit, it's really good. So now this is cold because this frozen cherries really acts as ice. So this is very cold. I'm gonna taste this one, see what it tastes like. Okay, so more than anything, because I didn't mash this up because it's frozen, this more than anything tastes like the chamomile and lavender. But once these cherries thaw a little bit more, you can kind of like mash them up in there so that flavor really like gets in there. And once you mash these cherries up in here, it will be a cold tea with a hint of cherry juice. And then you'll also get a taste of the lavender and chamomile. So I'm trying to just mash up the cherries a bit so I get more of that cherry flavor. Mm. It's good. And the cherries definitely do give it more of a sweetness. These are really good. They work so well. And the best thing is once you finish it, you have fruit to eat. Cold drinks and fruit to eat right after. So I would say this is great for like a picnic or anything. Like you're going out, if you want to like pack something like this, that way you got a beverage and you got a little snack. I highly recommend. It's really good. Try it out. That's all that we have for you guys today. This one, especially with the frozen cherries, definitely gives you a nice cold drink. This one, like I said, if you want this one to be cold instead of room temperature like I have it, just put it in the refrigerator. So, thank you guys for staying tuned for this video. I hope you guys like these little tips and tricks that we give you to just change up the natural routine that you're used to, do something different, have fun with it, try new things, think outside the box. Come back to us and let us know if you like it. Try it out. Let us know if you like it. And we'll see you in the next video and in the next lives as well. Bye.